Live.
We're live.
That note.
Hi.
We did it.
Hey guys. Hi from Australia. Having lunch, Caitlin. Nice. Oh yeah, I'll just pop up these comments. Yes.
so that more than just Jake can see that.
Yeah.
Did you tweet that we were live?
I unplugged my headphones.
Jake, did you tweet that we are live?
Oh no, here we go. Tweeting and Facebooking. Although Facebooking.
I got my retweet
useless.
finger ready. I got my retweet finger.
All right, and the tweet has been tweeted.
Okay.
Tweeters. Follow us on the tweeters.
Schitt's Creek, anybody?
Yeah, we watched a few Schitt's Creek last night and just man,
I should rewatch that again.
Show's so good.
I should rewatch that every year. It's so good.
Yeah, love it.
So good, so good.
It's our
I've never
first
seen
time.
it, but it's so good.
I think you'd like it, Craig.
I'm sure I would.
I think
I've heard.
anyone would like it.
We've
Yeah.
been trying to work on him. But, we've only had like 2 weeks worth of time to do it, so.
Mike
You're not even.
says
I'm already on board. So,
that is a reference to the running Chris gag from all of the updates. Shall we just ruin it once and for all, Chris? Should we tell them that that's not actually what you say?
I thought we talked about that on an update once.
Oh, did we?
I don't know if we said what I actually do say, but that it wasn't sup, Jake.
Right.
What do you say?
What is it?
Yeah.
What do you say?
Also, just say it. Just do the line.
yeah.
Yeah, he says, "Is that Jake?
Is that Jake?
Is that Jake? Is that Jake?" And then he gets shot by me.
Yeah.
So we got people saying, "Sup, Chris." We got David waving. We got Derek loving that David's here.
David
Sunshine.
Wolf.
I don't know. Cat. Someone should have had tacos tonight. Absolutely, Android.
Every night. Somebody should have tacos every night.
Oh, you made great tacos last night.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mail them to me.
Every time, Craig. It's not going to work out. It's not
Okay.
going to work out.
Hmm.
So thank you everyone for showing up once again. Welcome to the episode 7 rewatch. I am Jake. This is Eliza. That's Craig. That's Carlin's cat. One of the two of them.
She's playing with my feet. It's real cute.
And right here we got Chris.
We are the Brady Bunch.
The Brady Bunch. So we are. Hey.
I'm guessing that the Brady Bunch is getting just a lot more pop culture love right now than usual.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it cycles up every decade or so.
Well, just with all the
Zoom in.
conferences and
Sure.
Philip's asking what I'm drinking.
Yeah, and do you
drinking-
miss the Austin tacos, Craig?
Of course, I miss the Austin tacos. I'm human. This is a Rittenhouse Rye whiskey with an ice cube and some water.
Likes that. He likes a whiskey drink. He likes a lager drink.
do you like
Drinks
a
a cider drink.
or-
Drinks a lager.
I don't like a cider drink.
He sings
I
the
don't.
songs that remind him of the good times.
I do.
He sings the songs that remind him of the better times. So
I don't. Those are too sappy. No,
okay, fair
I don't
game.
like those.
Fair game.
Yeah.
So we are the Platoon of Power Squadron, and then Chris played more parts in the show than any other human.
Emmy is here? Emmy, why? Why
Whoa.
are you awake?
I don't see her in the chat. There's too much chat.
Yeah.
Anyway, apparently my sister is awake, and oh, there she is. Hi, Jazz. She's saying hi to Jazz. Everybody knows everybody in this comment section. I love it. And yeah, she should not be awake. It is currently
Hold on, math. 2:30?
3:30? 3:30,
Well,
I think.
it's nice to see you, Emmy.
Yeah, it's very nice to see you. We will try to speed this along. Not really. But so Chris also wrote episode 7. He's the only other person to write in an entire episode. And so I thought with episode 7 coming in, I would see if he would grace us with his presence again, and he deigned to do just that.
So
This is
graceful,
what we
Chris.
recorded on my end, so if it doesn't sync up, I'm sorry.
There's always technical issues of some variety.
Last episode 6 was the worst. Was the worst of the technical issues. What are you working on, Eliza?
The sweater toddler sweater. It has stripes.
So take that.
Yeah. I think it's the Camaro sweater from Tennis Fiber Arts.
3:30. Boom. She's fine. Scott Bailey, Chris, episode 7 is his fave.
Woo!
Woo!
Jill wants you to hold it closer, Liz. What are the color of the stripes?
Oh,
Show your stripes, Eliza.
Oh boy. Okay. Got
Hold
a
on.
mustard, a gray. The sea foam is blowing out. And then I'm gonna go into a jade green now.
Ooh, moving into the jade. Linda Fiorentino. I believe we will start watching the episode. We've chatted for our 5 minutes and pleasantries over. Let's move into the thing that we came here to do, guys.
Okay. Okay.
In case anybody popped in and is going to pop out before the end, we are also going to show the trailer for episode 8. And I didn't tell you this, Chris, so if you need to go to bed, that's fine. We're also going to watch all the outtakes from 7 on a second live stream that we pop over just after this.
That's like 3 hours or what?
All 3 hours of the outtakes. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just under 20 minutes of outtakes and raw footage. I'm qualifying that because
This episode is
episode 7,
how long?
just under 20 minutes.
The episode?
No, the
Oh,
episode.
the episode is 43.
It's like 49.
48.
49.
48, 52. I'm looking at it right now.
Guys, nailing it.
Yeah.
Nailing it.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring in the stream over here.
Hey, that's my computer.
Yep. So Craig's
okay.
Craig's controlling the stream tonight.
That mouse move is mine right there.
Yeah. Okay, Craig.
Wow, have you been practicing?
Yeah, this one's my signature. Ready?
It's all just a game of cat and mouse to you, isn't it?
I do that. Okay, cool. Are we ready to go?
Sure. Do a little countdown in case anybody wants to start their own stream.
Okay.
199.
No.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Oh, this is such a good intro.
Yeah.
So much fun.
It was like these guys hadn't even been introduced yet. So it's like we're popping
Yeah.
into like, who are these guys? Why are they hurt? What is happening? Somebody needs to save them.
Being very concerned about anyone laying on the ground in that warehouse.
Yes. And Travis actually put his hand on a piece of glass that was in there. You guys lined up that perfectly. We shot this earlier that day, and that night we shot the rest of it, but they lined up the shot based on the beam so that I could do a quick dissolve to daytime.
So good.
Yeah, and I think that was Chris and David who managed that.
Yep.
Things are about to change. From here on out, yes, Riley?
Shouldn't we wait for everyone else?
Good question. There isn't any.
So Riley is frequently called the worst in this episode. Why is that, Chris?
Because Riley's the worst.
Yeah.
Financial decision.
Riley is definitely Buffy's worst
The reason
boyfriend.
you're all here is because you have what it takes to be part of the next evolutionary step of this company.
Does that mean we're getting raises?
Good effort, but
And
no.
again, this is
What it
this
does
is like
mean, however,
we got
is
all
that
these new guys in.
instead
These
of
are just a
merger
bunch of
and
Chicago
acquisition
actors that we
runway
cast out of the city.
today,
And
before Danny, Dickie,
it was
Riley,
an unbelievably great group of people that ended up just being amazing
with morality code.
to work with in a
And then there's Bill.
dangerous environment. Like
Yeah.
for
Yeah. It's the warehouse that Nightmare on Elm Street deems too dangerous to shoot in. So they're like, we'll take it.
Did
That
both
is
of
a
you end
true
up
story.
casting?
That's a true story, yeah.
yeah, the Nightmare on Elm Street remake looked at the space and was like, we can't shoot in here.
Well, there was like exposed wires by like sitting pools of water and things like that. So.
Yeah, no power.
It's real cute.
Bad.
How many people?
Jake
How many
and Chris, did you both end up casting, or did just one of you?
But on this
I know we did some Skype auditions for this one.
Yeah, and we also did some of the guys we met at Gorilla Tango. Like we did a casting session at a burlesque theater downtown, and Tommy Martin came to that one, who plays Precious. But most of these guys we met over Skype.
But you cast them to get like both of you decided on who to cast.
Oh no, I decided.
Yeah, I was just there, to hold the
Yeah,
camera.
well, everybody weighed in. Everybody weighed in. Like I would ask Liz and Chris, like what we thought, and there was one guy we went out with an offer to on Ricky, and he wanted to be paid. I mean, what? No, I mean all these guys ended up getting some money, just not a lot of money, and we couldn't tell him how much money up front because at the end of it, we
Not
just
how it worked. Yeah.
yeah, we just
I don't know.
added up all the hours everyone put in and divided the money by the hours, and that was
I
it.
remember
Our
something
hourly
like that.
rate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever, man.
Good luck with your Facebook.
Dickie was so good. He was a last minute replacement. We had somebody drop out. Somebody knew him, sent me his contact info. He dropped in for a Skype, and boom, he was great. This shot was really complicated, but you guys pulled it off great. I
Yes, cool.
think we put the dolly on a crane. David was operating the crane, the dolly. Chris and Ryan were operating the crane, and Eliza was somebody was pulling focus. Yeah,
Somewhere.
There's a lot of moving parts on that shot.
yeah.
I loved it.
It was amazing. This scene's amazing.
You've got one.
But my
week to bring
performance
that
is the
man.
best part, I think.
Right. Of you eating in every photo we took.
Yeah.
Was that fan art shown on the projector? Yes. In one of the updates, I asked people to send in any Mr. Dr. Electricon fan art, and I would post it on our Facebook page, and then that's all fan art that updates viewers sent in for us, except for a couple photos of like Craig in action, like wrestling bad guys and then eating surveillance photos.
It's too bad they didn't kill Riley, right?
That location was so cool.
Yeah, I mean, it was clearly like Mark Bonadies, who did sound for us sometimes, says that every time he left the warehouse, he felt like he couldn't really breathe right for like a day. But it looked so good.
I am not looking forward to spending a bunch of time in the car with him.
Dude, dollar bills.
I'm glad I didn't have any scenes in there.
All right, Bill, you got first watch.
I loved the warehouse. Yeah, Craig, you probably wouldn't have done well in there.
No.
Breathing.
Yes.
There was mold. It was damp.
No, not my purse. Stop. Stop it.
I don't think that belongs.
This is John Crosswaite again, playing Purse Snatcher. He was a meth chef in the last one, and in the next episode, he plays 10.
He was always really, really fun to have around.
And now he's a voice on Go Go Kari Carson
Strap.
on Netflix.
Which I watch with my toddler, so
Yeah.
full circle. Full circle.
No way. I love dispensing justice.
It's just the same thing every night. We go out, I get attacked. You save me. Rinse and repeat. There's no spontaneity.
I guess I could change up the costume, or maybe we could get you in some kind of costume,
You can't even go out and have a normal night.
like a date, or
So this shot was fun to get because there was a cat that was literally just following them down the alley.
Really handsome cat. Hey, boom
Yeah.
shot.
What?
There's some boom in the corner.
Boom Shadow. Yeah.
You can even go 10.
We take a shot when there's a boom shadow, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Everybody.
hey.
Hey.
Hello, sir. Don't you have a couch you could be sitting on?
This guy was a Skype audition.
Really?
One thing that was attractive about our show to everybody is that we were actually a SAG-AFTRA, like a union show. So if you did our show,
little about
you
me.
then kind of could be Taft-Hartley'd into the union. And we had a stunt team that was really excited about that. And this guy immediately took his Taft-Hartley. I know his name's Sam.
Come on.
Breathing is my thing. So for a second, we were going to shoot episode 6 and 7 all at the same time. And this is one of the only scenes with the bad guys that we shot like 6 months before we shot the rest of 7.
Oh man, you heard the boss? I'm El Capitan now. My awesomeness doesn't allow me to stay on the bottom.
Just go, Bill. Might be a good idea to get.
So when you, Chris, were originating the bad guy team, like all I really gave you was names. So how did you decide what people were going to be like? I mean, we knew Carl and we knew Precious from one line of dialogue in the last episode.
Right.
Like, how did you decide who everybody else was going to be?
Well, I don't know. For Precious, I remember you saying that he's basically Franco from the redo of Scrubs.
Yeah, Dave Franco from the Scrubs season 9.
Right, and then so that was easy then to go with that. But the other guys, I forgot how I fleshed it out. Obviously, Riley's the worst, so that kind of just happened.
Yeah.
Exactly what you're
Did we have conversations about Ricky eventually being a problem?
stopped answering them. Over the last 3 days, I've been
I don't remember.
unknown
Okay.
numbers.
Oh, Taft Hartley. Taft Hartley is
Everyone's
yes.
favorite clause.
it's just a lingo for. Usually, you have to build up vouchers on projects to get into the union, or you can get Taft Hartley, which is just 1 step instead of 3. It's just union talk.
For a pause or a state of suspension, like a really esoteric wink at your time freezing. I'm a wordsmith.
So this is right when I was learning a new color correction program, and Eliza's eyes are insane.
Oddities investigated in unconventional.
When she looks at
There was
Vanessa.
a newspaper at the beginning of this scene, right, that talks about taser use exploding, which was a real newspaper that I found and held onto for like 8 months.
All these people who've been calling me, they all have problems. You put my phone number on.
I will never get used to Scott being a bad guy. True, he's too nice.
Truly deserving of your altruism. I've gotten like 10 calls so far. How do you expect me to deal with all these people?
But yeah, I thought that when you wrote that in the script, like there's a newspaper that says taser use explodes because a taser explodes a couple scenes later.
Exactly.
I had to make a newspaper, but you were like, no, it was an actual headline.
I have a lot of mouths to feed. Okay, but the money isn't the only reason you're doing it, right?
Gina loves this outfit, Eliza. You look so posh and pretty. Why did you choose this outfit?
I don't remember, and like my style changes really weirdly throughout the show, but I do remember feeling like Molly Ringwald in this movie.
In this, you chose this outfit specifically because of the Molly Ringwald line that happens later.
He knew the answer.
I did. I just wanted you to be able to. It's okay.
Yep.
Do you want to scoot a little closer?
Sure. Except then we're sharing an armrest.
This is the scene where Jake wanted to kill himself, basically.
And he almost did.
Yeah.
Just there's so many safety measures.
The funny thing is, Carl is wearing his mask completely wrong too. It's like upside down. It makes no sense.
Carl wanted to put you in a dress, but I totally stuck up for you. Gives me a Skrilla, yo.
Gorilla. Is that money? Oh, hey, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me.
Skrilla was a big one.
Jake wanted to stand in and just be thrown into a dumpster here, or thrown into the floor.
So that was me
out
getting
and put a
tossed.
cat underneath him.
Yeah.
Instead, we put an air mattress there, and it's weird, but our air mattress did not last very long.
There was a long discussion about that. Like, Jake, don't do this.
I was like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Were you just trying to shave some hours off?
No,
of
I wanted to stay in the long shot for them running out, but like, I thought if I didn't have to remove the mattress, and then I tried to remove the mattress with a plated shot, and it did not look good. So that's why we had to come back. I don't know, 3 months later and shoot the angle across me of the guys running away. And by that point, Travis had dyed his hair black because he was in a show in the city, so I had to digitally blonde his hair for that entire shot.
Dude, hit him with a brick or something. Push me.
I didn't notice, so good job.
Thank you.
Now killing him? Yeah, your bitch, bro. Oh, the shower on. It's my first week. I wasn't expecting to have done.
There was a nod to Back to the Future 2 earlier in the dialogue of this scene.
Yep.
Hey, David's here.
Oh, there's David Wolf. Yeah. Oh, I know the air mattress did not last long. He's the one it popped under in the next episode.
I'm so sorry, man.
Those outtakes. It's part of the outtakes for
The next
for
episode
Monday.
may be the hardest scene that we ever shot. It was the coldest. It
The
was,
electricity man with the stun gun. It's my first week.
David, do you still have the new couch?
Better hair editing than Justice League. Dude, if I had to take out a mustache, no way. There's no way to make that look natural.
Want to play some cart?
I can't.
These guys seem extremely chill about dead people for amateurs. So he kept the ones that had moral flexibility. That he says that in the first thing, yeah. Although Bill was a new hire, so he's kind of lucking out there.
He's just trying to please people, so he's going with it.
Yeah, people pleaser.
Yeah.
The carpet of chaos, and now I shock everything that I touch.
Destiny socks across the carpet of chaos is a beautiful, beautiful line.
I'm gonna enter a room with a
That
microwave.
you wrote.
It's really limiting my snacking.
What?
Hey, you wrote.
No.
I don't know. Maybe Chris might have wrote it.
Oh yeah, Chris wrote.
No, Jake's just complimenting himself again.
I do it on every episode. So
You can't do it on this episode.
And I realized who it was.
That's not true. You have a lot to.
I figured
lot of
some of
hands
the
in it.
trouble magnetism must have rubbed off on me, and it
Yeah,
was
if it's
going
not
to
the
be
writing, he'll find something else.
yeah.
Yeah, there's other things.
Lexicon. My name is Gabriel.
Wearing the hat that he was wearing in the bar, end of episode 5.
But I'm not here to fight. Well, you shouldn't have become a criminal. I'm not any more offensive to you. Something you said that night really resonated with me.
Don't do crime.
Rough to go back to that footage, hey?
Yep.
Trying to work up to serve at your feet in hopes of osmosising some of your sweet knowledge and chic magnetism.
I love that line.
I'm paraphrasing. He essentially said. So, of course, I welcomed him aboard and explained to him the finer points of being a hero's apprentice. So this is my tub bed. We can trade off sleeping there.
Thanks, Garrett.
I only have a blanket and pillow, though. I guess we could cut them in half. I prefer extra fabric softener for my whites. And if you shrink this, you're going to have to get me another one because I only have one. There's not a lot of Skrilla coming in these days. Skrilla's money.
That was a Craig ad-lib.
Recipe for deliciousness. That about covers it. A good apprentice should be seen and not heard. Also, not seen. Good?
That always felt very Simpsons to me.
All right. That's when I realized the full extent of the power I absorbed. So I left a note for when he wakes up explaining his duties for the rest of the week.
We still have that note.
On
I
our
keep it on
fridge.
our fridge.
Yep.
Yeah.
It makes me happy every time.
I think I've seen it more than once, and I thought, hey, that's my handwriting. And then you're like, oh, that's from the
I know what to
episode.
do.
How did you find that shortcut? I have played this thing for years and I've never seen that thing.
No, it's just karma. All that good I've been doing in the world has granted me video game riches. Mario Kart karma is swift and powerful.
I was kind of hoping the oven mitts would be a handicap, but they are not slowing you down at all.
I should play some Mario Kart tonight.
Okay.
Cool.
A kid?
A kid named Andrew Sellers. We met him in the bar scene at the end of 5. He was one of the Chicago Nerd Fighters that came out with John Mastretta and everybody.
No names.
And he was just
Don't mind her.
cool. He was good to hang out with, and I asked if he wanted to. He looked young, so I asked if he wanted to audition for the role of the kid, and he said sure, and he was good. And then he crewed for us a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Taller and second, I thought you'd be, guys.
He still works on video projects with you too sometimes.
Yeah, and all of the Blu-ray tests of making the Pops Blu-rays were at his house. He had a Blu-ray burner and everything, and
Also, the Keeper of the Secrets.
yep, Keeper of the Secrets is his house.
Oh, it was?
Yeah,
Amazing.
No, that's crazy.
yeah. That was his like basement watching room. Like, and we just brought a whole bunch more TVs in.
Because it worked in the movie. Risky Business isn't even a John Hughes movie.
Yeah, I might be more upset about that than anything else.
Do you know who took it?
Nice coat, Carlin.
They made me dress like that.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
That's
the
Eliza's
hat and the
hat.
coat are mine.
And Eliza's coat.
It's supposed to be like a buck.
Parents go back to town 2 days. It's not back by then. They're gonna kill me.
Don't worry. These dicks are on the case. Mostly because we like your party theme. Yeah, and we're gonna need some money up.
Yeah, I'm all tapped out from the party, but I figure I gave him my next month's allowance.
That'll be fine.
Carlin's, come on, makes me laugh every time. Me too, man. Because it's just at the end, it's just a.
Yeah.
Coffee had left.
Hey, Sidwell's here. Hey, man.
Hey, Sidwell.
Yeah. Here's the address of the guy I think Rob sold it to, and picture of the statue. Call me if you find it.
That was fun to make.
Yeah, Eliza made that, and it says Agatha's as a Christie's thing.
Okay, let's do this.
Agatha Christie, get it?
Yeah, we're not gonna do that. It's perfect. I'm basically dressed like Uncle Buck, and you as always look like Molly Ringwald. No, we're just gonna go to the old guy's house and see if he has it. Come on, everyone gets to time travel but me. Make portals, have adventures. No. Come on, no time travel.
Wine of regret and longing. So this is all the fan art that people sent in.
What are you still doing here?
Nice.
I think I saw Jeremy's in there.
Oh, working. Might not even want to go out tonight anyway. She doesn't feel great about being a crime magnet lately.
Hey, Troublesome.
How are we supposed to do that, dude? Where would we even start looking?
Amelia's here too.
House
Hello.
knows that the internet is for social media and information. I Googled this the minute you started talking about it, and I came up with one.
Dusty B sees their picture in the fan art.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I made that.
Something poltergeisty.
They're not selling anything. Listen to this. Have you ever seen something you can't explain?
It's best to show an entire page, a web page of text, and then read the entire thing.
The keeper of secrets knows all the facts that the rational minds holding the pen of history never had the balls to put to paper.
Okay.
The internet. The guy didn't have an editor doesn't mean he won't have some answers. He might even know how some people end up with superpowers.
Oh yeah,
No way, dude.
those tabs always cracked me up. I forget what Donald's open tabs are, but I planned them as well.
Didn't go so well. From the sounds of it.
Scott Hall as Carl, like just a kid that was in my movies at our church, like growing up when our parents were in band together. Like, you know, we just made a bunch of silly videos. He agreed to come in and do this because I knew he was a guy who had arms that worked out a little bit when I needed a mugger. And he just got so like Carl gets, I just love Carl by episode 7. He's just so amazing. Craig, when I first screened this for you, when Vogel here is creeping outside their door, you're like, oh wait, this feels different. This feels like things are amping up.
Yeah. His performance is so amazing.
Yeah, Vogel's great as Ricky. He's great as Ricky.
That house could use a power washing, though. Kind of perpetually could.
Yeah. Yeah, this music though. So that again is the Emmy Damon team music. She originated it for Damon and then built upon it for episode 7. There's a couple new Damon themes, all played with the mandolin mandola situation.
Emmy, is this the mandola she was talking about earlier? Jake's dad built her a mandola, which is featured in some of the music.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, pictures of Allison Brie on the phone. She named her mandola Nelson. It's Nelson Mandola.
Dude, subordination. I think that girl has weird abilities too. And if you paid half of the attention to your
Lighting the
job-
interiors of cars are always fun, but I think this turned out pretty well.
Yeah, it looks great.
Lose my eyesight, Ricky. And I'm trying to make every second count. I'm telling you, she can Xerox herself. I think you mean copy herself? Good for them. That's effective brand marketing. She's splitting herself.
All of the Damon team was so fun to write.
That's crazy.
I would learn after this episode.
And we're tracking down a guy who shoots electricity out of his hands. Not to mention your unconventional.
Craig, was this your battery operated pack that we used?
I think it was the light bar. There was just a light bar that you used for like camping and stuff, or like for working on cars.
Yeah, I don't think I was here for this.
I think the light bar was just
We
that.
put a bunch of gels on it.
Actually, we didn't. We gelled it after that, and it didn't match.
Don't worry.
Was this like the last thing we shot for this episode?
It was one of them for sure.
Yeah, because it's cold the rest of the episode. And that
This is like summer.
pretty green.
Yeah. I remember not shooting anything for a long time and then shooting this scene.
Oh yeah, this was the last thing because I needed to find a keeper. Oh my god, Matt Babs. Matt Babs as the keeper of the secrets is the funniest. Like his little come on here, his outfit, his personality.
Welcome to the vault. Have a button. I am keeper of the secrets. How did you hear about us? Internet? Oh, you've been to my site. Great. Yeah, Dreamweaver's harder to use than I expected.
That's your website?
It is. Yeah.
This guy kills me. So yeah, so this is Sellers's house.
For anyone with a little bit of curiosity and a search engine, but he's so stuck in the from my lips to their ears rhetoric.
Look to no one.
I love the buttons. Still have them. Hot with those mitts. Haha. Welcome to the vault. Faint noise of many broadcasts.
Purpose of your visit?
I think we should save that for him.
Secretive, huh? I like your style. Ready to have your faces melted off? This guy.
He got real close to your face. I don't even know if you can tell from the shot, but
Yeah. You told him to get really close.
Blown.
I had a hard time. I had a hard time not laughing.
You'll see.
Master, there are some people here to see you.
I told you not to call me that.
Ready for you.
This is the only time we really did very like Argento-ish lighting, like harsh red gels, light blue gels. Like we really gelled it up in the keeper's den.
How many TVs belong to sellers?
2. We drove around collecting TVs from like our from like Eliza's grandparents, and like we got a bunch of people's TVs. And that was like every project that I had done in the last. Green's Nursery was in there, Twisted Thicket.
Because we didn't want to have to worry about copyright anything.
Oh,
so it was
right.
like
I didn't even notice.
decades of Jake projects.
This guy's one of the only actors that we hired that was already in the union when we hired him.
Look at his magnificent hair. Magnificent.
Gary Bruschetti.
Therefore, the true shape.
It's on my Game Boy Color.
And the path of the future.
How's that?
I'm not technically supposed to.
yeah, he had this long monologue too. It was just like paragraphs and paragraphs, and he knew it all.
Yeah, he just lit it up. Like as soon as we sat him down, he just boom.
Knowledge pent up without any practical outlet.
David saw All This Murky Green on the screen. That's a movie that they did.
We keepers possess centuries of knowledge. It's normally
So this guy, the only other thing I've seen him in was a Jesse Eisenberg, Aziz Ansari movie called
Endeavor to Disempower.
30 minutes or less.
Yeah, 30 minutes or less. They steal a car from him in his garage.
And we try to keep the
Those are
more
his
dangerous
pants?
stuff out.
Yep, he brought those.
Evil mind.
That's Eliza's grandfather's robe.
No, that's my robe.
Oh, that's Eliza's robe that you got from your grandfather?
I wouldn't be surprised. I
Yeah.
don't remember.
For me and the one before him, and it's all very exhausting. So I do everything I can not to think, because when you know all the secrets, you can think yourself to death.
All those cards were Stellers' packs of cards. He's a card magician. Like he does a lot of like different shuffles and stuff and card tricks.
Young or old?
Young.
Yeah, well, there's a couple possibilities, but she's probably a damsel.
A damsel?
Yeah.
Dark brown hair for sure. Looks like Bill Murray. Carlin's cat is so happy.
I know. I love it when Lasso smiles.
He's just staring at me.
She's not so much
Smiling.
lightning. She is like a roadmap.
Maxi's here somewhere.
Life expectancy very.
There she is.
Oh no,
And
that's
it's like a little
cute.
Stop until the
Oh,
unexpected
no.
hero saves the damsel.
And like we like just lit it the scene with a
Why do you guys want to know this? If you
like
follow-
car work lamp, like a mechanic's light.
Never mind. I don't even want to know.
I like it. I like how blown out his hair is. It's like so cool looking.
Would like a hero get
That was probably more light.
for real?
In like every comic.
What about like evolutionary genetic mutation?
Lame.
Okay, so historically speaking, where have superpowers come from in real life?
You know, I hate to be the one to break it to you guys, but not everything you hear is folklore. Sorry. Sometimes it's just fiction.
Courageously don't leave your basements, guys. See, this shot moves down and still Carlin doubles. Boom. And it looks handheld. Man. See, I'd find stuff to compliment myself about.
What if they're clones?
Here comes Eric's like 2 lines in this episode.
Maybe they time traveled here and they're from the future.
Isn't that more likely than her having powers? We followed that one from Recon Target Alpha. We don't know where the other one came from.
Recon Target Alpha, Ricky? Can't you just say the apartment? You're being weird again.
No, what's weird? She's wearing different clothes.
How's that weird?
All the other ones we followed were wearing identical clothing. Why is she different?
It's really interesting to have this sort of semi-supernatural element to the world, right? Because by the time their powers are explained, those are all science. There still is some form of mysticism in the PoPS world, and it has to do with damsels and keepers.
I'm
And
going to do what he said, but only because I'm confirming it with my authority.
I love how Carl just has to allow Precious to be his friend. Like at a certain point, he has to placate the friendship.
I'm gonna break into this house and recover a priceless artifact too.
I
You're on
remember
lookout.
shooting
Great,
this.
check all the doors and windows.
That's
for
Eliza's grandparents' house.
Because he had to
One
shoot
of
it 3
them, and the
times.
other one shows up. That's amazing that it was resolved like that. So see, this is what happens when we gelled the light.
Yeah, terrible.
I didn't go into the door, and I feel so stupid about it.
Yeah, so she's hiding. She's hiding behind just the thing because we didn't have access to that building.
But I wasn't. Yeah.
After let the boss's wife go. They didn't let her go. She escaped. That's even worse. How do we get her out of there? We ask nicely.
The original fish dish.
David's apartment.
Yep, David's apartment. Brian Ruby coming back as reprising his role as Frankie.
Frankie.
Not so fast, little lady. I don't know about you, but I'm guessing this guy here is allergic to bullets.
The second that you heard him.
How about the version where nobody dies? You take a ride with us.
David's still living there.
Really?
Yep.
Deal.
Bella! Here comes the hood.
Did Sperm Bank guy cause the Stall's powers too? No, because it's not a superpower. It's
How'd she take it?
activated by something else.
I haven't told her.
So I've talked about this before, but I was the camera guy on this shot. My head's like against the wall, like cramped up in that room, and then I was laughing on every take. I was trying to get the thing out of your pocket.
Danger she least expects.
We get one good look at that in the outtakes later tonight.
Need some more time.
When he just like slaps his pocket when he can't get it out. I just lost it.
That's the one.
Those weapons are attached to a man, and that man is powered by a heart.
Hey Jake, you want to tell them what you were watching on that computer?
Tell her. I'm gonna.
What was I watching?
Seconds of happiness before I have to give it all up again.
Can you recognize it?
No.
While you're hiding from your girlfriend.
It was the shower scene from a certain movie.
The shower scene from a certain movie.
I got these two.
Oh, is it that Angelina Jolie movie?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure the power surges have stopped by now. You can use a computer.
Can't risk it.
I think you made those drink tickets.
Yeah, I did.
It's not even your computer. It's Virginia's.
Did you ever try to use it?
The place doesn't exist.
The coil?
Yeah.
Hey, there was me. I just walked by, and there I am.
Yeah.
Go to a bar and be
There
like,
he
"Oh, I
is,
took
very
it."
upset.
Wow, I'm legit impressed.
And so the people in the background of behind Cellars are the people who own this vegan place right
There
behind
was
us.
me in a blue hoodie too.
Yeah, and so Chris is being another extra in a blue hoodie. We just kept as many people as we can in the background. They just saw us filming outside, brought us some like treats, and then asked if they could walk in the background. It was the greatest. Everybody always points out that Jonas is wearing a wedding ring. It was on his right hand. I know Jonas probably wouldn't wear a ring anyway, but
there was me in that photo also.
I didn't want to lose the
Carl, why did you bring me this?
It's getting really hard to tell you guys you're doing a good job is one of my favorites of all time.
Okay, good. But I'm still more interested in the bearded version. Does she know anything?
I got this. Look, we know you got a bunch of them like clones running around. We've seen them. So you ever like?
Carlin, your hair looks great.
Yeah.
What? Hey,
It's got that hood, you know.
Yeah, you got a little Farrah Fawcett.
Well, and the direct overlight really gives you like a
Does he have any weaknesses?
Veronica Lakey-ness.
Yeah.
See that you're as special as he is, but they haven't managed to tie him to a chair. So I'm not feeling like I really got my first choice here.
Oh, that hard for you.
Can you do it yourself?
What is this little organization about?
They say you're special, are you?
How long are you gonna keep me here?
Why do the breasted ones never answer my questions? I feel like I'm speaking clearly. I'm speaking directly.
Oh, the subtitles went away.
Do you understand
Oh.
me?
On the don't care meter, you're reading about an 8.
I am going to...
Those chains were just there, right? Or did we bring them?
Those chains were there.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Her face is pointing.
And then we hung a light next to it.
Get her to answer these questions.
Can we get those captions back on, Craig?
I think he's working on it. I thought he was.
Oh, it says they're on. Turn them on and off real quick. Have you tried turning it on and off again?
What are we talking
No, they're there.
There, thank you.
Trent is acting weird. Unless that old guy had it locked up way different than if it was just some random piece he bought off.
We tried doing some like slow tracking shots on the glide cam, and it just was not quite ever meant for that, and it was really hard to pull focus on. But we kept trying it.
Stop trying.
Thank you, Craig.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Your boyfriend just got his allowance. Let's get paid. Those aren't his parents. I think we just got. When did they say he threw that post?
Did you have permission to be in the warehouse? Yes, we did have permission to be in the warehouse. And then this is a lawnmower repair shop from another
Not this.
friend of the family. No, that. That other room was Eliza's grandparents'
Time travel?
sitting room, living room. I forget what the room was called. It's the one without the TV.
Yeah.
But yeah, and this was, we shot over 2 days on a 3-day weekend, and we started way too late the second day, and we're shooting until 3:30 in the morning.
At least it was a 3-day weekend then.
This is a bar in Highwood called the Wooden Nickel.
Is it still there?
I don't know, actually. I haven't spent much time in that part of Highwood lately.
Guys, what can I get for you? We have these
This
drinks.
guy was good too.
What you do?
Yeah, he's amazing.
There, I thought you guys were going to be paying customers. Did I was just dead in here?
I think his name's Derek.
We used to actually pull a pretty decent crowd, right?
Derek Elstro?
Over there took over the place.
Anyway, again, a Skype audition. Awesome job.
Drink tickets, we get some people in here.
Who are the bad guys?
The bad guys are Rich, who was just a PoPS watcher, who I asked if he could come help us out a couple days. And the other guy's name is Gus Rachinski.
They look
Gus.
like they're up to no good.
They do look like they're up to no good. He did a quick Skype meeting with me, and yeah.
Well, for somebody who works completely on tips.
I like that Donald chooses the pink one.
It has a lemon in it.
That's what all English people think American bars are like.
You know what?
They kind of are.
Yeah.
A lot of them are. A lot of them are like that.
Such a dick, Jonas.
What's the real reason you're avoiding Estelle, man? If I tell her she's a damsel, she'll think it's the only reason I want to hang out with her. Like, I'm drawn to her like the criminals are, instead of actually thinking she's cool.
And again, this was an open. Usually, most of the locations we shot in were open. So you'll see in the outtakes, there's a long section where we just had to kind of wait for these guys to quiet down. They were just shouting at some kind of sports ball that was happening.
That's right.
Here come the best dudes. That's Jeremy and that's Maddie. And those two were also Skype casts. Although Maddie was recommended to me by Crossweight because they were like stunt sparring buddies. And same with Eric Staves. He was part of their stunt team as well. At DePaul, I think they all went to.
Jeez, what an epic episode this is.
Yeah.
Yeah. This scene was so much fun to me.
Maddie, like if you are going to stay up till 3:30 in a room that is like 105 degrees, you want Maddie Robinson with you. He is the funnest dude. Jeremy was fun too.
You just had less to do in this scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the? No, don't kill us. We have to tell you something about the statue. It's fake.
It is. I mean, who's gonna buy a fake statue?
Yeah, you should check the stamp. On the bottom, it's misspelled.
Good fake lying.
Thank you.
So believable.
I am also a terrible liar in real life.
Awesome car.
Awesome car. Awesome location. This dude, Greg. That's Greg's lawnmower in Lake Bluff. Anybody needs a lawnmower fix, go to Greg. He's amazing. Lake Bluff, Illinois.
Yeah, Carlin.
You're smiling because you're happy that you pulled off that move.
Also, I just like fighting.
Yep.
Can't not smile about that. So wait, why didn't she just keep time paused?
Because they need to keep them distracted until the cops show up.
Oh yeah, I dialed 911.
Yeah.
We wanted a fight scene, Carlin.
But then, wait, then I get the.
You get piped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The two of you beating on Maddie, he had to like mime being hit to a count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we had the two of you rotoscoped in.
That wasn't easy.
No. Again, this is my sister Emmy doing the music. I ended up using, this was the first time she wrote this tune, and I ended up using it a lot in a lot of supplemental material too.
This is my favorite fight sequence so far, hands down.
Oh yeah.
Get up from behind her.
So good.
Mark, cops. And then I'll just be there, like in all the movies. You think we have time for this? See?
Hey, call the girls.
You know, we had so many extras bursting through that door dressed as police, but it really made more sense to just keep the moment on them.
The runtime of the episode was too long, so
Yeah, it just didn't make sense to turn around on it. It was really about their reaction. You know?
There were more hot cops.
There was 50 of them, right?
Yeah, with all the lights flashing. Yeah.
Hot girl every night. Still, nothing. Oh, that's the guy got the drink tickets.
Motion blur on frozen people doesn't really make sense. Yeah. That's true.
It's all over his face. I'm gonna go apologize to his face.
Oh, Virginia's fingerprints are on the gun now. Uh-oh.
But he grabbed it, so hopefully that, I don't know.
Yeah, she doesn't have a record.
Their blood is totally at the crime scene. Okay, guys, we get it.
Serious. Come on, just enjoy our excessively girly drink.
They have a girl in the trunk.
Cut to not Highwood.
Yeah, that is a girl named Melissa, also a girl who worked as a graphic designer in the office I worked in. In fact, when we get into the basement, those are all just girls from the magazine that I worked at. 2 graphic designers, 1 fashion editor. And then so Sam is the third dude here. And then this dude, I don't remember his name, he's awesome, just came in for that one day. This day, when we were in this basement, took forever. It took
Speaking of breathing problems, I had breathing problems after shooting in this basement.
Oh, another fun fact. This basement is in the building directly underneath the zoo from episode 2.
I think I got sick after shooting here.
And the bar from episode 5.
Yeah.
Here we go. Best forever.
I can't believe I didn't bring
that took a long time though.
I didn't realize until so long later that escalated quickly was from Anchorman.
Maybe.
David, fun fact, I thankfully didn't have to be at this shoot because I was at a Radiohead concert.
Great, rub it in, David. Thanks.
We thought he was going to have to use an outlet like on the wall, but there was one right above us that we saw.
Perfect.
But that's awesome. That's such a good scene.
Yeah.
See, that's the light I thought that we used in the car.
Yeah, we used my battery powered light for this.
Yeah.
Craig has a light hanging off of his back for that walking shot.
Yeah, so
it's like
the light
hung
is just
around his
hung
neck.
from his neck.
Yeah, so the light is shining on the wall behind me.
I think it all dispensed.
Dude, you did not just test that on me.
I don't think there's anything left in the tank. Must need time to recharge.
Those 2 on the mattress are graphic designers. The one on the back, she's the fashion editor.
Don't worry, we're gonna get you out of here.
Melissa, Kendall, and
No!
Rasa. Been a long time.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
Oh shit.
love it. The no-look bullet throw is as cool as I'll ever be.
That was probably not safe. That was construction grade dust of some variety.
Yeah, it was quick dry cement.
Dry cement, yeah.
Quick dry cement.
Ask him.
And we were sweaty by the end because it was, again, 1,000 degrees down here.
It was so hot outside, though. I'm glad we were at least in a basement.
They don't come back.
Intensities.
Come on, I know you can do it.
I don't care. I go out with you for one night and I end up adding 4 to my body count. Don't yell at me.
I got shot. It hurts. I'm gonna yell all I want. Ah!
I dusted him like Buffy.
Give me the challenge.
That was a way cooler dusting than Buffy.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, guys.
Groans sympathetically.
Earlier, but we're kind of crossing a line here, don't you think? I mean, tracking down this guy is one thing, but we're kind of beating up a girl right now.
Or maybe I'll just go back to that apartment of yours and see if your friend wants to work out with me.
Okay.
Emmy always
between the light and the hook for like 2 days straight.
Yeah. Well, and then with the hook, with the light swinging, you were like, it should just keep swinging, and it just looked so cool, even though it swings way longer than makes sense. I think it just looks amazing. So this is an example, that little action theme there is an example of Emmy always wanted to throw beatboxing into like a bunch of the tracks she sent me. And that's, I think, like the one time it slipped in. Well, Time Stop theme too has a little bit of it.
Is that a cell phone? I can still feel the others. Something's wrong. Wow. Let's see what this body can really do.
This is a mind blower. I didn't realize that 4 was going to die in this episode until I sent you the outline for the episode.
Right, and I don't know if you remember, I did like a spec script for a movie anyways, like while we were shooting 5, I think. And in it, I had her dying as well. But we didn't talk about that. Yeah.
I did not remember that.
No.
Sorry, Bill. Didn't make the cut.
The head stomp is one of the Smoke Monster's like big moves. We've seen him do it twice.
This body is strong.
Yeah, that light swing looks so cool.
I don't care. I want to read a book and be left alone. I want to feel Frankie's beard on my face. I want to eat a whole pizza without getting full.
You and me both, man.
Somehow, I'm not complete. Dead.
Did.
I died.
She's powerful, but her mind is all over the place. It's like the only thing she cares about is that man and being safe and being happy. What a waste.
Swayed, man.
Anything else you want to do with her?
Don't leave Ricky alone with it. He might make a suit out of her skin.
Fleur can handle herself. I'm sure she's fine.
I knew this was gonna happen if we did this. It's way more than I expected. Pull it out. I just got in.
Did you have a knife fight?
No.
She's so excited about a knife fight.
See, this is what happens. Can this argument wait until the blood is back in my body?
Can you knit him up? No, I can't knit him up. He needs to be sewn up. I can't do that. But I might have somebody.
A sewing emergency?
Sorry, I'm almost done.
The only time the super sorority comes back, and it's her sewing skills.
Leaving the station. Woo woo! Are you a doctor? Cause I'm a Mr. Doctor of electricity.
Sorry, I threw up a little. It's okay. He's used to girls throwing up when they see his body. Boosh!
Face is a drunken body. Booch!
Hang
all right. I'm not used to what I'm sewing crying so much.
Why didn't they just go to a hospital? Because you have to report a bullet wound, and they don't have insurance.
This was pre-Obamacare.
Yeah.
This has gotten out of control. We need to have a conversation. We have something to tell you guys, and it looks like you have something to tell us.
What happened to you?
We definitely need to talk about who this guy is.
Where's my apple juice?
I remember turning like that way felt so weird.
Yay! Thanks for the
great.
captions, Devin. The actual ended, the last scripted line was, and we definitely need to talk about who this guy is. But where's my apple juice? Was a fun outline.
Woo!
Oh yeah, CrossFit got a casting credit that time because of all of the stunt guys he brought us.
Yeah.
Oh wait, this is the one with the This is the one with the follow up.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
He needed to be punished for his role in all of it.
Yeah, she wasn't gonna let that
She
go.
was mad.
Yeah.
Nice.
I always love what you write when you say they aren't based on real characters. Thank you so much.
Dang. Just watching the evolution of this show, you got really good at this.
Yeah.
I think we should probably do more.
I love what this show turned into. I love what it became. I love that you guys stuck with it. So amazing. Like I started going through a lot of the updates, and by like 8 and 9 and 10, we started we had a lot of turnover on sound as we went through. And then it used to just be Ryan all the time as the DP, but some days he had to bow out for other obligations. So David would be the DP for a day, or Chris would be the DP for a day. And it was just got harder. But the fact that we had the same people playing their characters in front of the camera the entire time is insane.
Yeah. And
Yeah, so
awesome.
thanks, guys. Thanks for sticking around.
Nothing better to do.
I mean, yeah.
Scott Bailey always comes with the attitude. I guess it's Craig's turn to disappoint me tonight. He had money that you were going to go to the bathroom like right after the credits rolled, and you didn't. So proved him wrong.
No, I
Proved
don't
him
have
wrong.
to. I don't have to.
Yeah,
I could. I
that's
can
right.
always go to the bathroom.
That's right, JP. Thought the kid getting away was a plot hole? Nope. Got to watch to the end of the credits. Favorite thing of live stream? Loves that Craig keeps trying to get Jake to make more.
Yeah, that's just our life. That's not even just for the live stream.
No, but he only says it should be more pops during the pops live streams. Like we're gonna make more stuff, just not more pops.
More movies would be good.
This is David weighing in. Every year, just production, I would say I'm probably not gonna do pops this year. Every fall, I would get the shoot schedule and be back in.
Thank you.
I understand, man, and thank you for sticking around as well. See, he's not gonna take a wheezy piss like I predicted.
That's what I call it too. Yeah, every
I
time I
would
go.
call it a wheezy peasy.
A wheezy peasy. Oh, that's so
That's me, though.
good.
Well, I'm calling it that now. Is that trademark? Can I do that?
No, it's trademarked. Sorry.
Okay, I can't call it that. Okay.
No, I'm gonna call it that a lot though.
Jordan Cox, I'm amazed you managed to hold the cast together for years so hard on a low budget production. And I was thinking about this the other day too. And you can confirm or deny this. I've had this other than like where do you get your ideas or like will there be more pops or stuff like that. The thing that I've gotten the most questions about from low budget filmmakers is like, how do you get people to stay? And what have told them, and you tell me if this is true. Like, I know you guys had a lot of sitting around to do when you did show up, but did you ever feel like I was not doing my most to get you out of there as soon as possible. Like, did you ever feel like I was wasting your time?
No, I think, well, two things. I think one, Jake runs a real tight ship. The guy is a planner, a big time planner. Two, we're none of, well, at least the main core cast, we're not really actors. So we're not gonna be taken away to other jobs because we're not. This is like my only real acting gig besides the videos I make.
Right.
And it's
but it's
like,
also
it's a team.
It's
I
a
feel like
team.
it was a group effort.
And we were friends, but we also kept like side characters too and stuff for a long time. And granted, that's also a good reason to cast from your friends. But even when you do cast from your friends, people get bored of a thing and then they just watch a movie instead, or they play video games or whatever, you know, like they do something else instead of doing that thing, because it's a lot of time. But I just tell people, look, you can never be sitting around being like, well, how should we do this thing? Or what's next for this thing? Or like, don't be like, you need to hit the ground running, and people need to see that you are moving the whole time. It needs to feel like shit's getting done.
Yeah, I would say that even though there was some times where not everyone was doing something, it was obvious why, right? You're solving a problem, you're putting something together. It wasn't just like, why are we sitting here? We're not solving story problems or things like that. It's just like, cool, we know what we have to do. We see these 5 people working hard on it. We're just gonna wait here for a few minutes until it's done.
Yeah. And then with the alley, it was so complicated with the upstairs, downstairs, inside, outside of it all. In 10, people had to sit for a long time in like the gallery green room area. But they always knew that whoever wasn't in there was moving as fast as they could.
But it was always fun too. So like we always had a good time. Yes, we were working with friends, but I've worked with a couple other like production crews, just a few over the years. And it really made me understand that I was like spoiled working with you. Like, because it was such a good production, and like Craig said, like it's a tight ship. Like, you know, people knew what they were supposed to do, and they were doing it, and they were reliable and not wasting everyone's time, and it was always fun.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't
So
think I
that's
could work on like non-us productions.
I got so frustrated with other productions that I ended up quitting.
Yeah, I've done other productions, and a lot of the time it's like it's a lot more improvised. It's a lot more like, well, let's figure this out now. Let's figure this out now. With Jake, it's like we're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this. Go.
And I wonder if that, like, I've only ever worked on like hyper low budget things as a director. Like, so I don't know, working on the bigger productions, like camera team blocks, the actors come in to discuss their blocking. They block the scene based on what they want to do in the time. So I don't know if my method works coming into like an actual budgeted system, or if actors would just be super pissed off that I'd be like, you stand here, you get up on this line, you go over here. Or
it would work, but I think that you would have to have enough like support around you to make it work.
Yeah. Anyways, maybe someday we'll find out. Good night, Em. I guess Emmy's heading off for bed.
Good. I hope you get some sleep.
Yeah, absolutely. The outtakes I do leave up for about 24 hours and then I take them down. We're gonna hop over to a different stream for that. You have any other stories you want to tell? Let's just keep this train a rolling.
Are we gonna watch the trailer first or the outtakes?
So let's do the trailer for episode 8 so people can see what is today.
Today is Saturday the 4th.
So people can see what's coming up on Monday.
Cool.
Okay.
What was it like handing over the writing responsibilities? How was the process between the two of you? Chris, you did a great job matching the writing style. I agree.
Woo.
I thought it was pretty smooth. I handed over just an outline of the beats that I needed to happen, what each character was kind of up to, but not really. Like, you came up with the Donald storyline of him absorbing electricity. Like, that's not something I ever did. But I told you about Keeper. I told you about 4 dying, and
the names of the team, essentially.
And the names of the team,
Probably how Star Wars should have been handled.
But I remember, like, I didn't tell you that I was doing that flash forward in the first scene.
Yeah.
And I remember that was the first thing you told me when you read it for the first time. Like, I can't, like, I was like, my stomach dropped at first because I'm like, we didn't talk about this. What is happening?
Yeah. It's that thing too, where like, we had been friends for, I don't know, a couple years by the time maybe a year and a half by the time you said, I'll write one. And I was like, okay, go ahead. And like, I knew I liked you as a person. I knew that you were funny in person. I knew that you worked on all these awesome shows, Arrested Development, like the Michael Cera one, like all those things. But I'd never seen anything that you'd written. So getting that script was real nerve-wracking. It could have gone any which way, guys. Like, you never know what you're going to get when someone hands you something. And it turned out so amazing. I was so happy. And then we had to do a couple back and forths because some of the things I requested for the end were way too big for our budget after you executed them.
Right. And also there was the whole idea at first, I don't think it ever made it in the first draft. I think we changed it before that. But the idea of the car crushing, right? They were supposed to be in
the first draft.
And I think
Jonas crushing a car that was coming toward them and the ball rolling to a stop in front of them and like blood leaking out from the bad guys instead of him killing them in the basement. Yeah,
and
Leo.
Actually, like, we were trying to see if we could get it to work, but then like the amount of time.
Yeah, Leo told us that the render time on the shot was going to be nutso, and we were like, we'll come up with a different idea.
He said he was going to have to buy a separate computer just to render it, and it would take like a month just to render that shot.
These are not things that we have.
Because that's what happened with the building blowing up too. And at that point, the building blowing up and then not being able to do the car thing, I was like, okay. And with the building blowing up, like, it looked pretty cool, but it didn't look as, I mean, you put that up against like a Hollywood movie or like even a Netflix show or anything like on cable, like it didn't live up to that standard. And I was like, we're never going to be able to match those guys on that level. And that's it. We just aren't going to be able to do it. What we can do is characters, weird stuff. Jonas can break a neck, and good guys aren't supposed to do that. So just make it what you can do your best instead of like trying to aspire to something you can't hit on a shoestring budge. And so that's what we did for the remaining episodes.
Budge is short for budget, everybody. Just so you know. That's the lingo.
Let's do here's what we're coming back for on Monday night, guys. And the next episode is an hour and 1 minute long, and I love the outtakes for it. So again, anyone who wants to stay up late, we'll be doing them. People don't have to stay. Carlin, I know it's a super late night for you in New York already. Okay. And next,
that's a city that never sleeps, Jake.
That's true. Yeah. Episode 8, we will be joined by Sam Grant, Spike.
Woo!
So let's see what. So turn the volume all the way up for this one.
I did.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, we stopped a crime.
You what? Did you stop it with your face?
Spiky pipe.
You stopped a crime in the Thunderdome?
There's no crime in the Thunderdome.
Only glory.
You're not ready to fight the Electricon. I found somebody who's going to teach you how to fight.
I've really been paying attention to villain crews and action movies. The strongest henchman seems to last the longest.
I keep telling myself I'm going to get to the gym, but you can't build a bridge out of good intentions, right?
How did you learn to fight?
I don't usually do hand-to-hand, mostly surge protector and bullet holes. Okay, all of you, come at me. Now!
Come on. Ouch! Are you okay? Is your windpipe collapsed?
Nope, I'm fine. That was sweet.
By the time I get back, you guys better be ready to fight the Electricon.
And we owned. We laid them out like sandwich ingredients at a buffet, and now they're getting grilled by the police.
Delicious.
Do you know what life lesson I learned from making this show? Is how to dress for cold effectively.
Yeah.
How to layer for warmth.
Yeah. So
that parking lot where I shot the guys like that was the coldest, hardest shoot, and David injured himself.
Yep.
In that one.
2 nights.
Yeah.
2 nights, freezing cold, blizzard. Had to get a stunt team for that one because of the guy that gets yanked on the rope when you shoot him with the electricity. And David took a fall into an air mattress that exploded underneath him, and he landed on his spine. So,
But the ground there was cleaner than in the warehouse. So there's that.
absolutely.
That's true.
So guys, awesome. Thank you for coming out. Anyone who wants to pop over, there's already a link to the outtakes on YouTube. It's going to take me a second to get everybody into that chat, and then we will be over there. Chris, you coming for outtakes? You taking out? All right. Then, but this is the one that's going to stay up. So I would like to say thank you for joining us tonight. Chris,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Everybody else, welcome. And then everybody who came out, we had a lot of people come catch us live tonight, about twice as many as usual. So thanks for coming out, guys. And good night, or not good night. See you for the outtakes for those of you who are coming. Bye.
Bye, maybe.
Mooch.